Hi everyone, I'm ready to do a flip through with this Charlotte's Web farm themed journal. This video was not for children, even though it is a children's book. Finished this journal. It measures, let's see, 8 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I put a 2-inch spine in it with 3 signatures. I covered the spine with this bandana fabric, and the signature strings are these baker's twine, and I actually did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch because it was a little taller and I wasn't real comfortable with just doing the 3, so I did that. The front I decorated with this little flower made out of some scrap fabric and this black rose. It's got a hair tie and post closure, and of course what's great about these is if your book gets really chunky, you just add another hair tie to it and it can be as wide as you need it to be. I put 3 different buttons on the signature strings, and let me try to get those in frame. I got them out of a jar that pretty much is vintage buttons, so there's a black one. This one is really probably not a button, but I don't know what you call those things. I'm not sure. But anyway, and then this red button, it's a raised button of some sort. So anyway, that's the journal. It's got 144 pages, and let's get busy looking at it. When we get to the page, if I remember, where the man's dumping a watermelon, I got some watermelon stickers I thought we might include maybe somewhere around there, so we'll see. I keep forgetting to do that. All right, each signature cover has got scrapbook paper, and this one I really covered up with this pocket, but on this side I had a scrap of fabric that had the barn, so I included that, and then just a cluster made out of laces and fabrics. Here is an index card. I got a stamp the other day at Goodwill that had a pig stamp, and then one of a little fence. They were just like 25 cents a piece, so I had fun playing with those. This is the title card from, title page from the book. And originally was 1952. I'm not sure when this particular one was, but looks like, I don't know, because it just says 1980. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. So anyway, that's in here, Charlotte's Web. This pocket was made out of a page from a bartender's book. I just like the colors because I could fold it up and you could see the colors, but you couldn't really tell it was a glass of some sort of drink. And then I found this in an old book on cotton, so I put that on there. And there's a little farm scene. And inside here, what do I have? I have an index card that I put a napkin on that someone told me was a Pioneer Woman napkin. And she said it was available at Walmart, so I'm like, that's pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure if they still have it because it probably was a 4th of July one. But anyway, I never did ink that up like I said, but there it is anyway. I need to go back and remember to do that. See, this is what I call my shakedown cruise because it's when I figure out all the stuff I did wrong. I just had this one picture I just folded and included in here because there's Charlotte and Wilbur and the rat whose name I can't remember. Okay, and there's also something behind this. I just had it in my little, I have a little recipe box of things for small pockets, and it's included in here, and I think it came out of like an address book or something because it's got a place for name and address and all that, but definitely can write on that. Oh, it goes behind. Okay, make sure I'm staying in frame. This book's sliding on this desk. Just a cluster made out of different fabrics and lace. And I made this origami pocket. It's basically a drinking cup, but you don't fold down the other flap. Like here's one of the flaps here. And I just glued this rooster on there, cutting from a magazine. There's another cluster. And this journaling card is made from a paint chip. The reason I grabbed it because it looked like a barn. And I have bought paint from that store before, so I don't have any qualms about taking one of their paint chips. Just clustered different things on there, some fabric, and this is from a book on quilts, and that's from a magazine. It's just advertising that Farmer magazine. Put some blank paper on the back. This is music paper, of course. This is a copy-dyed book page. I folded into the shape of a pocket, stitched around it, and then I have sister-in-law gave me a bunch of old scrapbooking stuff, and there was a package of these corrugated cardboard pieces, and there was a barn one, so I put it on there. And then this tag is just got a cow sticker on it and some ribbon, and it's an old book page. You can see the back of it barely. It's in French. It's a French cookbook page. So anyway, put that in there. This is an old children's book that had to do with farm, and it was like an alphabet book. I made a little tab out of this fringe. It's pom-pom, kind of like pom-pom fringe, except it's flatter. So thought it makes a cute little tab. This is from a How to Draw Farm Animals book, so I just included it. Some copy dyed paper. This is a piece of copy paper where I just have an old apron. I just stuck it on my scanner and hit copy and printed out this page that's got the apron fabric on it. Stickers. This is a book page made out of, no, it's a pocket made out of book page, and it's got a fussy cut little patch on there, the rooster and some fabric. And inside of it is just this journaling card. I thought it looked like an old-timey frame. And it's just got a quote on the back. So that's inside there. And then this is an old, it's an actual newspaper ad from like 100 years ago. I been working in some old newspapers, and I saw that and I thought that's cute. So I think it's part of my, I have a digital kit that's old newspaper ad, so I think that's on that. This pig, gosh, this pocket, the word pocket doesn't want to come out of my mouth. Anyway, this pocket has got a corrugated pig on it. It's made out of book page, and it's stitched around, of course. I put in another one of those old ads, newspaper ads, and this is just a tag I got. I think it was at Dollar General. And then I put in this plain card. I like the gingham look of it, and it's got blank paper on there where you can write. So I just put a bunch of stuff in this little pocket. There, I got the word pocket out. Okay, same thing I did with that apron. This is another apron I have, and I just put it on the flatbed scanner and printed it out. And this one you kind of see the the thread, woven threads on there. So I thought that was kind of neat. So anyway, just left that blank. This is that book page again with all the farm scenes. It's an old recipe, and I had this tuck was in my stash. It's just layered circle punches, and this one is like a quilt pattern, so I thought it kind of matched that quilt pattern, so I included it. This was in my stash, just I think it's from, I don't know. It was some sort of stationery of some sort. So there's the farm scene, and I just folded it in half and made it like a booklet and put it in there. This was from a book on quilt patterns, and some of them I kept the page intact like this, included in the signature, and then you'll see some of these quilt blocks on different decorations. This is a quilt I took to my scanner and just laid it on there and hit print, and it printed out on this copy paper, so I just made the center of my signature. And this was from my own baby quilt that my grandmother made me many, many years ago. In my stash, fabric stash, looks like a pieced quilt block, and I just, kind of working off of this. It's got some rickrack there. We're on the back side of the signature, so we're seeing the other sides of the pages. So there's the recipe, and it was kind of neat because it's intact for brownies, pound cake, and this may not be the whole recipe for pumpkin bread is there too. And I just put a little collage there. It's just one of the old newspaper ads, and then just added some bits and pieces to it. It's that book page, and this is just some scrap left over, and I just glued it in here, and you can fold it down, write it, and it looks like an envelope. Except I glued it so that there's a slot here. You can put something in there. I don't have anything in there right now, but anyway, there's that. This is a bag. Actually, it's the top of a bag. I cut it off to make it shorter, glued it down, glued this picture that I got from a book, and the word farmer, and then I just put the tractor in there. And in that corrugated cardboard package that I got from my sister-in-law, there was 2 fences. I think that's fences. So I just included in there with the tractor. You can decorate with it if you want. Made a banner with stickers on it, and then it's got blank paper on the back where you can write. And we have another tab on this book page. There's more drawing. And on the music paper here, I have here he is. We have a pocket made out of book page, and I've got, glued so that we can put this library card, journaling card thing I got at Hobby Lobby back there. And then do I have anything inside? Yep, I got this postcard that's cut from some scrapbook paper. Got that inside, and then he's thumping the watermelon. So I found these watermelon stickers. So why don't I put one or two? Is it a border? It's not a border, is it? Oh no, it's individual. We'll put one maybe at the top of the page. Maybe a slice on the top of the pocket. We'll do that. And maybe we'll put one on here. That way we'll have 3. Put one at the bottom of this journaling card. There we go. Okay. All right. And then this is just a picture from the book, the Charlotte Web book that I just glued on there for decoration. Next signature, got this corner pocket that's made out of 2 pieces of book page. One I put some ribbon on, and the one has got this picture of the chickens. There's another flower like the one on the cover. I have a scrap of the scrapbook paper left, so I just made a little tag. And I have a stamp of the canning jar, so I just cut that out. And then this journaling card has got one of those quilts that I cut out and a picture of a chicken and her chicks. And on the inside, it's blank, and you can see my machine. Oh, look how terrible stitching it is, but that's okay. And then there's some more of that quilt. I just did a collage here of cut from a bag of flour and a quilt, and then a sticker that's a label. And there's a picture of a pretty ugly pig. This is a envelope that guitar strings come in. It was the right color, red, and I just glued this rooster on there. I cut him from something, and I just made this goofy tag of that pig eating some vitamin mineral that came from wherever these, like that ugly pig. It was some booklet that came with something, you know, it just gets stuffed in a book that you buy or something. It was on farm stuff. And that was one of the pictures from there. So I just, since it's a pig, I cut it out. And then Rise and Shine is a stamp I have. So, and there's a scrap of fabric there. So just a kind of like a goofy little tag to play with. More drawing, more farm scenes from that children's book. Look how the age pages. More, another page of that quilt book. This is like typing paper, yellow copy paper. Here's one of my woven pockets, and I've shown several videos lately on it. Did I show this as an example of the pocket, or is... I hope I didn't show it as an example of the ribbon. I'm not sure now, because I remember showing something in the book. This was made out of paper and book page woven. And I don't know if I put the one in here, we'll find out. That's got the actual ribbon woven through it or not, but it's pretty easy just to weave the paper and the book pages. I included another plain card, and then a tag made from a picture from the book. It said some pig, because that's kind of where the whole story begins. And every possibility begins with the courage to imagine. So and some ribbon there. Okay. That was on just some copy dyed composition paper, book page, copy dyed paper. Here is a cow flip. Included him. Oh, that reminds me of something. Well, no, when we get there. See, I told you it's like my Shakedown Cruise things I need to do. So far, I need to go back and ink that one thing and fill up that one pocket. So this is a flip through. I mean, a fabric flip. I'm doing the flip through. This is a postage stamp paper clip. And on this side, I have clipped this old greeting card that they didn't write on, and inside they wrote on the back, and the date is May 18th, 1949. But it's got a chicken on it. Here's another one of the tabs. The lined paper. This is a larger, I showed a small one of these earlier that was in a little collage. Here's a larger one. It's from a magazine, just advertising this magazine, and I just backed it on some chipboard or cardstock and made it a little thicker. There's the flash card. We just add a little bit of fabric to decorate a little bit. Here's a journaling card I made just because it's got lots of pigs in it. And this is a picture from the book. And so the adventure begins. So let's put this in front of the pigs. There we go. And this is from, I said it was copy paper, but it's actually a divider page, and it's got a C on it. I figure that can stand for Charlotte. There's the typewriter paper, the book page. This is another page, picture from the book. And scrapbook paper made into a pocket with a picture from the book. It shows Wilbur and Charlotte. No, Charlotte's children. This is when three of them stayed at the end. This is a receipt. It's fairly old because the package it came in didn't have a barcode, but I just glued the top to it, and it's not real old because it had those carbons where you don't need the carbon paper. So anyway, it had a yellow carbon type thing, and I just glued them back together, and then I copy dyed them with that silicone doily on top. Got the design, so that's in here. Here's another one of those corrugated cardboard designs of a cow, and I just put some cheesecloth behind him and made a journaling card out of an index divider with a P for pig, picture from the book, some fabric, and this was also copy dyed. And here is a paper wallet. Got the idea from Roxy Creations, who got the idea from Patricia Veramontes, and it's just book page folded up, decorated, and I just got little bits and pieces in there. It's just a little tag, and these are cut from, I'm not sure about this one, from scrapbook paper. It came in a scrapbook kit from a long time ago. I'm not sure about this one because it says Marlow, Oklahoma, and I'm not sure where that came from. So anyway, it's got the picture of the quilt on the front. Another one of these index cards with a napkin. And this is kind of a funny story here. I mean, you know, it's not really funny, but this is a pocket I made out of a book page and fabric, and I've got rickrack and a little crocheted flower on it. And I have had it on this page since the beginning, and I've been needing a paper clip, so I knew to go get one before I did this flip through. So I went digging through my paper clips, and I wanted a large one, right? Well, I didn't have any large red ones, so I thought, okay, I'll take this large silver one. So I reached in and grabbed the large silver paper clip, I thought, and I'm walking back here to put this in. I opened my hand, and there was a small red paper clip in my hand. So it was meant to be for sure. So it was kind of weird because I grabbed that silver one, I thought. So anyway, perfect paper clip for there. Another book page folded pocket with another one of those corrugated cardboard cutouts, and this time it's a tractor. This was from a date-due slip from an actual book. I just put it on the back of a book page. And this is on a sewing pattern paper. This is another apron I just put on the scanner and printed a page. It's coffee dyed ledger paper. Here's probably the same paper that's not coffee dyed because it's ledger paper as well. Just an emblem on it with the 5 cents. Picture of Wilbur and Charlotte from the book. Put on this tag, and there's index cards stamped. And let's see. This is another quilt. This is a apron, and it's got this appliqued quilt block on it. So scan that. This has got like swine feeding recipes. This is a collaged pocket of sorts, just fabric cluster on there. That's about a farmer's market. I'm not sure where I got it. Some scrapbooking kit. Picture from a picture frame because it says 4 by 4 inches. And it's just an old truck with flowers and different things in the back. So I made a journaling card out of it. And picture of 2 girls on a cow. And I made this journaling card. It's got different collage on the back, and then the rooster and the word farmer. Another paper clip. It's made from scraps, and then one of those quilt blocks. This is that baby quilt scanned again. This is another one of those old newspaper ads, and I put a cluster on there, and one's up here. And the tag is just a bunch of things clustered, collaged on here. Here's some fabric stamped with numbers. It says Farm Fresh and it's corn, that's a stamp. That's part of the napkin, and then that wheelbarrow is a stamp. Here's the pocket. Now maybe I got it right when I was showing this the other day in that video, but this is a pocket made out of book page and ribbon woven together. So that's that pocket. And this is, I was doing some, cleaning out some of my daughter's 4-H papers, and she did some conservation speeches, and this is from one of their brochures, and I thought it was a really neat drawing of a farm scene, because it's definitely fields, right? In the sunrise or sunset. And then here's just another collage with a little journaling spot there, and there's Wilbur, and some scrapbook paper there. How to draw farm stuff there. And this pocket's book page, and it was one that I had practiced off my stamping on, so I just included it. It's got a fuzzy cut patch of a cow and some fabric. This is fabric here, and the tag is, and I'm not sure. I got it from Diane H, and I'm not sure what the tag is originally for, but I copy dyed it, and it kind of blurred my numbers, which is fine. Added some of that. And the picture of the pig with the piglets. Okay, now where was I? Turn that over. Right here. Okay, we got another tab on this book page. And here's what I oohed and awed over what I meant. Well, uh-oh, I forgot to glue this fabric flip in. Robin made me this fabric flip, and it's just gorgeous. We got lace here. There's the dog. There's the chicken. There's the sheep in the barn. And then this red fabric is just all patched work together. And then she stitched on there, it says feed sack. So isn't that cool? So I was going to put it on that page and forgot to glue it on. So I think I had it for this page right here. So get my glue ready. Like I said, it's a shakedown cruise. That's the phrase my husband taught me from the Navy. When a ship went out for the very first time, they call it the shakedown cruise, because their goal was to see what all didn't work or still needed to be finished, or work the bumps out before they went on a real mission. So, okay. Yeah. I just love that flip, and it's sad to see it go, but goodbye. Another pocket made out of book page, which I just practiced dyeing it with some distress ink, and same thing on this ribbon, and that's from an actual postage stamp. You know how you have stamps, it's what's in a book of stamps. This is what's left over, and something I cut from something. Another one of these stamped jars, and this is a tag I made from a page from an old French cookbook. Put a sticker on there and some ribbon for the tab. It's got lined paper on the back. Yeah, this is about sorghum. I talked about that in the other video. Okay, in this pocket, book page pocket, it's hard to hold the book now. Stickers on it, rooster on the hay, little baby chicken, and a quilt block. And this tag is made from woven book page and paper, and I just glued that page of weaving onto a tag blank and made a tag out of it. This is the actual spine of the book, and I sewed it onto some 2 pieces of book page or something, just to stiffen it up so it's a bookmark for the book. And that's the last of the signatures. And in this pocket at the back, I just have extra supplies. There's ribbons, and there's some more tabs, and there's some stamped images, and there's an actual, I made a faux stamp. So there's 2 different kinds of stamps, a faux stamp and a stamped image of some more of the pigs and fences. And then I have another journaling card made out of the index card and the napkins. So anyway, that is this journal. It's going to be for sale on my Etsy shop, Books by Burke. I'll have a link below. So if you're interested, go check it out. And I really appreciate you guys watching this flip through. So see you guys later. Bye.